This is a video to help you with rounding. So we're going to do 1 decimal place, 2 decimal place, some money, nearest 10, nearest 100, and nearest tenth. So here we've got 1 decimal place. So if we have a look at this one, 3.456. If we want to do it to 1 decimal place means one number after the decimal point. So my tip is always to do a line where you want it to cut off. So we've got a line there. So we've got 3.4. And we have to look at the number after it. Now if that number after it is 5 or above, it means that this one here has to increase. So the actual answer is going to be 3.5 because that 5 is making that 4 go up 1. Another one, if we have a look at this one. So we want it to 1 decimal place, so we need to put the line where we want it to cut off. We need to have a look at the next number, and the next number is above 5, which means that this one here has to go up 1. So the answer is going to be 0.3. Another one, this one here, 1.825, we want it to 1 decimal place, we only want one number after the decimal point. We have a look at this number here. Now, it's not 5 and it's not above 5, it's 2, which means that it does absolutely nothing to this number. It stays exactly the same. So it stays at 1.8. If that number had been a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8 or a 9, that number there would have gone up 1 to 9 and it would have been 1.9. Because it's below 5, it stays the same, it stays as 1.8. Let's look at another one. So let's go with this one, 2.76. So put a line on. This is above 5, so the answer is going to be 2.8. And this one here, the line on. It's above 5, so it becomes 1.3. The line on, it becomes 0.2. The line on, it's above 5, so it becomes 0.8. The line on, it becomes 2.9. And I think all the other ones are pretty similar. Let's have a look at this one. The line on here, but this one is a 4. It's below 5, so it stays at 1.4. So that's round to 1 decimal place. Let's have a look at 2 decimal places. Now 2 decimal places means 2 numbers after the decimal point. So this time we put our line 2 numbers after the decimal point. Same thing though, is this 5 or above? Yes it is, which means this number here goes up. So the answer becomes 1.27. This one's 2 decimal places, so we put the line after 2 numbers after the decimal place. It's 6. So that means that this number has to go up 1. So it becomes 3.82. So here put our line on, because we want 2 numbers after the decimal place, so we're in 2 decimal places. It's a 4, which means that it's not 5, it's not 6, it's not 7, it's not 8, it's not 9, which means that this number here stays exactly the same. So the answer is 2.77. This one here, it's a 1, which means again it stays the same because it's below 5. So the answer is 4.09. Let's try this one here. Put the line on. This one is a 7, which means this one's got to go up 1, which means the answer is 3.27. The same would be if you wanted it for 3 decimal places. If you had a number, so say for example, I don't know, 0.1235998, and I want it to 3 decimal places. You count 3 numbers after decimal place, put a line on. Look at the one that came after the line. It's a 3. Oh wait, no, it was a 5, wasn't it? Let me just change that. The 5. Because it's a 5, it means that this one here has got to go up. So the answer to 3 decimal places would be 1.234. If it was 4 decimal places, you'd put your line after 4 numbers after the point. Exactly the same. So let's have a look at round to the nearest 10. This is slightly different. So here we've got round the numbers below to the nearest 10. First one's been done for you. So this here is number lines. So we've got 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. This is to help you. When you get really good at this, you'll not need it, but it might help to start off with. So we've got 48. 48 in tens, if we think of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. In fact, we can forget the 5, that's probably the complicator, isn't it? So let's just think of the tens. 48 is between 40 and it's between 50. Now, if you wrote it to the nearest 10, 48 is closer to 50 than it is to 40. So the answer of 48 to the nearest 10 is 50. If we look at 38, 38 is between 30 and 40. But it's closer to 40 because 8 is close to 40. If you think of, if we've got, I mean, this is why the 5's come in handy because 38 is probably about there, isn't it? Which means that it's closer to 40 than it is to 30. That answer's 40. 33 is between 30 and 40, so again the same, but 33 this time is probably about there, which means that it's closer to 30 than it is to 40. We have a look in terms of that being the line. 44 is between 40 and 50, and 44 is probably about there, which means it's closer to 40 than it is to 50. So the answer to that one's 40. That was 30. Let's change pens. 46 is between 40 and 50, the same again, but 46 is probably about there. What about what I did before? Let's see. So it's closer to 45. Sorry, it's closer to 50 than it is to 40, so we've rounded to the nearest 10. So that one's going to be 50. It's closer to that 50 than it is to 40. 53 is between 50 and 60, but it's closer to 50 because it's about there. It's before 45, so it's closer to 50 than it is to 60. So that one's there will be 50. And then 57 again is between 50 and 60. If we put it on the number line, it's about there. So it's far closer to 60 than it is to 50, so the nearest 10. So we ignore the fact that the 55 there. It's closer to 60. Looking to the nearest 100, same principle again. So this time, we've got 758. It's the nearest 100, so when 500, 600, 700, 800. It's between 700 and it's between 800. If we were to put it on this number line here, it would be between here. And 758 is after the 50, so it's probably there, which means that it's closer to 800 than it is to 700. 712, again, it's between 700 and 800. So it's probably about there. And again, it's closer to 700 than it is to 800. 584 is between, if we look on this number line, it's between 500 and 600. And 584 is probably right there, because it's 550, 60, 80. So therefore it's closer to 600 than it is to 500. 509 is the same between 500 and 600, but 509 is probably about there, which means it's a lot closer to 500 than it is to 600. Now because we're doing the nearest 100, we're looking at hundreds, so it's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 10,000, sorry, what we're talking about, 1,000, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300. So you're not looking at any 5s or 50s, nothing like that. That's just to help you figure out which one's closest to. Let's do the bottom one. 783 is between 700 and 800, but 783 is probably about there. So it's far closer to 800 than it is to 700. So that's that one, 800. This one here, so do it to the nearest 10, nearest hundreds. 83 is between 80 and 90, but it's far closer to 80. 233 is the nearest 10. Again, we're looking at this tens column here. So we forget the hundreds column, which is the next one. So we leave the 2 as it is. and 33 is closer to 30 than it is to 40. 666 is the nearest 100, we've got the hundreds column. This one here is 60, so it's above 50, which means that the closest 100 is 700. 125 is the nearest 10, so we've got this one here. It's a 5, that one, so it's similar to the rounding before, it makes it go up to 30. So the answer is 130. 57 is the nearest 100, well it's between 0 and 100, and it's closer to 100, it's over 50, so the answer to that one is 100. 851 to the nearest 100 is going to be, it's over 50, because it's just 1 over, so the nearest 100 is 900. 7,501 to the nearest 1,000, now it's between 7,000 and 8,000, and because it's just over that 500 mark, it's actually 8,000 is the answer. 247 to the nearest 10 is going to be, it's nearer to 50, so if 100 stays the same, it becomes 250. 152 to the nearest 10, 100 stays the same, and it's closer to 50 than it is to 60, so that's going to be 50. 900 to the nearest 100, it becomes 1,000 because it's between 900 and 1,000, and it's 50, so it goes up, so it's 1,000. Because what it's saying is that the hundreds column is a 0, which is 1 more than 9, because it becomes 10 on there. And the other ones are pretty similar to those. Moving on, random money, just a little bit different. Money is always in 2 decimal places, there's always 2 numbers after the decimal point, but it's the same as rounding to 2 decimal places. It says, how much does this cost the nearest pound? So the nearest pound is that column there. So 35 is less than 50, so the answer must be £7. Cinema ticket, £5.75. So the nearest pound is between £5 and £6, and it's closer to £6 than it is to £5, so the answer is £6. £14.28, it's between £14 and £15, so it's closer to £14. Weekly shop, £52.78, so the nearest pound is between £52 and £53, and this 78 is quite high, it's quite near to £53, so the answer is £53. Then to the nearest £10, then you're talking 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Is this close to 50 or is it close to 60? It's actually closer to 50, because it would have to be 35 or over for it to be close to 60. And finally, the nearest pound, 64.99, that's between 64 and 65 pounds, and it's actually closer to 65. It's only 1 penny off. And the nearest £10, well, it's between 60 and 70, and it's actually closer to 60. If it was 1 penny more, the answer would be 70, but because we'd have 65, and 65 is closer to 70 than it is to 60. Because we tend to round, although it's equal, we tend to round up. And finally, in fact there's one more after this actually. Going to the nearest 100, same as before, this is the hundreds column. So then look at the next one, it's an 8. 8 is above 5, which means that this one has to go up, so it becomes 700. We're going to the nearest 100, so this one here, but because this is a 5, it goes up, so it becomes 500. Again, this one is 5, which means that it goes up to 900. This one is a 7, so it goes up to 300. This one is a 9, so it goes up to 600. This one is a 4, which means that it stays at 700. It's a 7, so it goes up. It's a 5. This one is a 5, it goes up. Now this number has to go up 1. The only way it can go up 1 is to 1,000. This one is 9, which means that that goes up to 100. And this one means that it goes up to 100. And the final one to the nearest tenth. Nearest tenth means if you have a number like 0.156, this column here is the tenths column. This one here is the hundredths. This one here is the thousandths. And it goes up like that with an extra note on each time you go and get another number. So the tenths column is this one here. So you're going to the nearest tenth. So basically it's the same as saying into one decimal place. So this one here, our line we need to cut off is after the 9. So it's the same as before, we look at this number, it's an 8, it makes this one go up 1. So if this one goes up 1, it becomes a naught, which makes that one go up 1, 6, like adding on. This one here, 1 decimal place, it's a 2, so it does absolutely nothing and stays at 6.4. It's a 7, which makes this one go up 1, so it becomes 2.8. This is an 8, which makes this one go up 1, 2.6. This is a 6, which makes this go up 1, 1.2. It's a half, which makes this go up 1, so it's 4.4. A 1, which means it doesn't do anything, it stays at 7.9. It's 9, which makes this go up 1, it's 4.5. Oh, move it one way, it's 8.4. This goes up 1, so it's 9.9. And then this 4 is below 5, so it does absolutely nothing and stays at 3.7. And that is rounding. So you can do all those things, you'll be amazed at rounding.